Hello there. My name is Kevin Spooner, and our top story today is that Wheat City News is on the air, launched by WCG-TV, and we're looking to do a community-based news program, and so far, I'm liking it. Looks pretty good in here. All right, our first story of the day. The cards have been loaded for the next installment of Smack the Jack. And to tell us more about it, none other than Hannah Price joins us now from Seniors for Seniors to give us the entertainment update. Take it away, Hannah.
Hi, oh my goodness, thank you so much. So happy to be here. I'm Hannah Price, and I'm standing outside of Brandon Seniors for Seniors, here to tell you the 401 on all arts and entertainment this weekend. And I did bring my handy dandy sticky note because there is quite a list, and I don't want to forget anything. So we've got this week's weekend entertainment, arts, and entertainment extravaganza happening. Okay, May 2nd. We've got a 3D band. It sounds really exciting. Happening over at Eastside Eatery. I think doors open at 7. Very exciting. Great space if you haven't been there. They also have really good breakfast, so head over the next day after the show for that. Also happening at the 40, one of our favorite places in town. We've got Hatfield and McCoy, so lots of good things going on with those two spaces. Then for our rock enthusiasts, there's nothing going on the ground over here, but there is at the Rock and Gem show, the 2nd to the 4th, so multiple days to check that out. On the 3rd, Saturday, we've got Waylon Willie Cash, a tribute to the Highwaymen. That's going to be a great show at the WMCA. Head over to their site to get your tickets, or call 725-9510 to get your tickets for the Waylon Willie Cash tribute show. That's going to be a great one. And at the WMCA also on Sunday is the Brandon Community Orchestra's wrap-up concert. So 3 p.m. Sunday, don't miss that at the WMCA as well. So their website, or call 725-9510. And while you're here, Smack the Jack opens up again next week, May 8th. Get your tickets next week. You'll see me next Friday, but we'll see you on Thursday at the Co-op to get your Smack the Jack tickets. Sales at the Co-op resume 9 a.m. on Thursday, 9 a.m. Safeway on Friday, and 9 a.m. Safeway Brandon Sobeys Extra on 18th. Get your tickets, everybody. It's going to be a good one.
That was Hannah Price from Seniors for Seniors with our latest Smack the Jack information. Now, as most of you know, our new MP for Brandon Souris is none other than Grant Jackson. And I had the pleasure of speaking to Mr. Jackson after the election. And guess what? He has graciously committed to stopping by the WCG-TV studio for a chat, and we look forward to seeing him very soon to keep us up to date. Now, next up, I think we should hear from none other than the Executive Director of the Brandon Downtown Biz. Say hello to Emmy Sanderson for the latest Biz Report.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. We are here, downtown Brandon, of course, one of my favorite reports with our inaugural, is that the right word when it's your first? The inaugural edition of the Brandon Downtown Biz Report for WCG-TV. So we are here, always lots happening downtown these days, lots of activity. And so today we are here on the site of Mackenzie Seeds Towers, which most people will recognize. But maybe you don't know, over the winter they knocked down what was called the McFadden Building. And so we are here, they're doing some work, some construction on this site. And so, you know, it's a bit of a change in the landscape. So I'm here with Keith Waterfield, who is our Brandon history expert, our Brandon General Museum and Archives expert. So Keith is always a good sport with some history. So Keith, a little bit of history about Mackenzie Seeds, but more about McFadden Building, the building that came down.
Yeah. Well, so, you know, we all know that this building was built in 1910.
Okay.
The Mackenzie Seeds building, and right beside it there was a lower building, maybe just about 2 stories. And yeah, in the 50s, it had a change of hands several times. So
okay.
In the 50s, it was used for sort of auto repair or car parts. And then in 1965, it opened a mental health industries store. So this is where the Brandon Mental Health Center, where patients would actually be making gifts and other such things that were sold in the store, and they were
Very cool.
paid for that. Then in sometime in the 80s, around maybe probably about 1983, McFadden Country Living opened, and that was a seed store that was that had gifts as well, and so a retail space connected to Mackenzie Seeds.
Okay, that's cool. So a retail space connected to Mackenzie seeds, plants, country living stuff. So
Exactly, yeah.
Cool. And all things must come to an end. And so here we are in 2025, 2024. It was considered structurally unsound, and
That's right,
had to go.
Yeah, last December they they tore it down for. Well, the whole process took over a month. Well, we're still working with it now.
Yeah.
But it was kind of sad to see it go. That storefront, you could still see the faded sign that said McFadden Country Living on it.
Right.
But
Right. But such is life, and kind of out with the old and in with the new. So, and Mackenzie Seeds, is an ongoing saga of what will happen with this tower. And of course, everyone is hopeful good things will come from it. And for now, we're getting this site cleaned up. We're making some new space downtown, and we'll see what the next few years brings for this area.
Maybe they'll build the downtown BizBite studio here.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. Anything is possible downtown. That I have learned. So thank you, Keith, for your time.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for that history. And Kevin, back to you in the studio.
Now, with so much going on this week, I also managed to speak with MLA Glenn Simard to review the progress of Brandon's soon-to-be-completed transitional housing unit. This facility is using $9 million in provincial and federal grants to improve the chances of successful reintegration of offenders once their sentence is served. And now, in order to track the effectiveness of this new facility, we're currently developing an AI tool that will analyze and compile the information from the Brandon Police media releases. And we're going to try and use this tool to track the effectiveness of this facility in real time. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be fun to watch. But with the weekend here, it is time to check into the Discovery Center for the Riverbank Roundup with Desiree Bodner. Take it away, Desiree.
Hi guys, this is Des from the Riverbank Discovery Center, and I'm here to talk to you about birding. This year at the Riverbank Discovery Center, we're bringing birding back. We are partnering with the Westman Naturalists, and we are going to be hosting evening birding events on Thursdays starting next week. So you're going to be able to catch these little guys out in the wild here for their spring migration. So starting next week, May 8th at 5:45 until 7 p.m., you can come and you can learn about birding here at the Riverbank Discovery Center in Brandon. And we have some guides that'll be able to explain how to bird, tell you how to use your binoculars properly, and explore the Riverbank area and see these types of guys.
So fun. Thank you, Desiree. But I'm wondering, are there going to be any summer programs this year?
Yeah, so actually we have Swamp Camp running this summer for 2 weeks. So July 14th to 18th, we'll be offering Swamp Camp for up to 16 kids, between 5 and 8 years old. And then we'll be running it for a second week on July 28th to August 1st for kids 9 to 12. So these weeks we are focusing on making kids get outside, enjoy nature, enjoy creative crafts and exploration. We're going to be heading all around the grounds, and we're going to be giving kids the opportunity to really get their hands dirty and explore all around the grounds. So yeah, we hope that we have parents that are interested in bringing their kids to Swamp Camp this year, because it's changing a little bit and we're very excited to bring it to you.
Looks like you guys are having fun over there. Are there any other programs that you can tell us about?
As a matter of fact, there are. So annually, the Riverbank Discovery Center does school programming for kids. So we offer interpretive programs so kids can engage with nature, they can get out with their class and with their teachers and engage in the riverbank grounds and learn about animals, mammals, reptiles, bees. So if you are a teacher, I suggest that you reach out to the Riverbank Discovery Center. We host these in May and June, and there's still lots of spots open, so feel free to reach out. Now, if you would like to come out for yourself, we have maps here at the Discovery Center. You can come and explore the grounds and just come up to the front and we'll hand you one of these.
Wow, that's a lot. The Riverbank is a very busy place, and I'm just finding out that there's something else going on at the riverbank. There apparently is coming in a new statue, and Peter Sawatsky is here to tell us all about it. Hello, Peter. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you. It's been a great day. I'm just going to say I love Brandon. That's my close city. I do a lot of business here. I come here often. I do my banking here. And 9 years ago, the Riverbank, the director and another partner, they came to me to see if I'd be interested in accepting them building me a Peter Sawatsky Sculpture Garden at the Riverbank Center. And I said yes. And it's been 9 years. There was a lot of things interrupted in between that time and now. And one of the things was 3 years of COVID. And I knew that the Riverbank had a couple of projects they wanted to do before we did started with the garden. And one of them was the big outdoor entertainment center, which is awesome. And I just think Riverbank is such a wonderful place for people to come and spend a day, bring their kids here, go for walks, go for bike rides. There's everything here. They also now have a nice canoe and kayak program, which they've just brought in, and it's going to be a great, great venue for all of Brandon and citizens that are coming from all over the country traveling to come and spend a day and have a picnic here, whatever. And it's just going to be an awesome venue for them.
Incredible. There's so many activities at the Riverbank Discovery Center, and now you can stop and take a picture in front of your statue. Such a neat idea. Can you tell me how the statue was made?
Even as a little kid growing up, I grew up on a farm out in the country near Altona, and I went to One-Rooms Country School to grade 8, and I was already drawing pictures then, and I just loved the outdoors. We never had a television until after I left high school, so TV wasn't in my realm. I went to my uncle's to watch NHL hockey sometimes, but I spent most of my times outdoors. I just loved the outdoors, and I knew every bird nest, where every gopher hole was, we had little burrowing owls nesting, and they're basically extinct now in Manitoba, and we had them nesting in our own pasture, and it was just, I just loved it. And I got interested in art from way back, and I illustrated flyers and different things in grade school and high school. And then I had really good encouragement from two of my teachers in high school. They wanted me to continue my art and possibly go to a big university in either Dusseldorf, Germany, or Toronto, but I couldn't afford that. So I became a commercial artist. I took my course in Winnipeg at Red River and was a commercial artist, designing everything, and from t-shirts to posters. And I did that for 5 years, and then my wife had a child, and I had an opportunity to move out to the Glenboro area where my uncle and cousins were farming. They needed a farmhand, and I knew all about farming. Well, enough of it to get a job. Anyway, so they hired me, and I did work for them in the summer, and then I did my carving and painting in the winter. And how I started carving, I met this gentleman. He came by my booth when I was displaying my paintings in Polo Park and said, "I'm the guy he was looking for." And I said, "What do you mean I'm the guy? I don't even know you." And he said, well, he told me who he was, and he said, "I sell these little carvings to the Craft Guild in Winnipeg and in Toronto. But my wife he said, I can't paint a barn." He said, "But my wife paints them, but she's going blind. Would you paint my carvings?" I said, "Sure." And so every Wednesday I'd go to his place after dinner, and we'd go to the basement. He'd be carving away, I'd be painting, and I'd take a half a dozen home, bring them back the next week. And so we had a really good relationship. And then I got really interested in the carving world. And I started carving more detailed work, and because I knew my birds inside out. I knew every bird in the country. And so then I started competing professionally at the World Wildlife Carving Show in Ocean City, Maryland. And I did that, I think, for 5 years, and every year I came home with ribbons. So it was a very successful career, and it's been a long road, but it's been a lot of fun. I was selling my carvings through 2 galleries, one in Chilliwack, BC, one in Cochrane, Alberta. And the one in Cochrane, Alberta, the guy that owned it, he was a Western artist, and they became really good friends. And he convinced me to finally try bronze. And he said, "You will love it." And I was getting a little tired of the carving. You're limited to what you can do, and my artistic mind was going beyond just carving birds. And so I started sculpting, and I've never looked back. And I just kept on sculpting and sculpting. Everything I sculpt, I draw from life. I've seen it in real, and I don't always get a chance to have the animal or bird sit in front of me long enough to do a full sketch, but I get the idea, and I understand animals and birds very well. And I've just studied them, and it just comes naturally to me. I just love the sculpting part of it.
Wow, that's an amazing story. It sounds like you always had art and sculpting kind of in your brain the entire time you were growing up. But I'm curious, how were these statues made? What are they made of?
That's a good question. When the Brandon people came to me to talk to me about having a garden here, then I said yes, I would. I would really love that. That's really good. And I really like the area, and Brandon has always been dear to my heart. The whole Spruce Woods region, including Brandon, and up to everywhere. This whole region is just, it's my home, and it's where I've studied the wildlife, birds and animals, and there's good fishing here. It's just everything that I wanted. I long before I moved to Glenboro, my cousins lived here, and I used to come out here for holidays, and I just fell in love with the place and always said to myself, if it's all possible, I will move to Glenboro, and Brandon's close by. It's our city that we use. I'd rather go here than Winnipeg. I like Winnipeg, but Brandon is such a nice city, wonderful people, and it's a nice, clean city and safe city, and so I guess that's why I'm here.
Wow, such kind words. Thank you very much, Peter. So great to see that going in today at the Riverbank Discovery Center. But that concludes this week's Wheat City News. Look for us next week to see what else we have in store. Thank you and take care.